This is Corey from CFS Navigator. I just wanted to do a personal update because it has been a while. I have been doing a lot without crashing. I traveled to the UK and Disneyland, and I'm doing more and more and more. I might even be mild moderate now. I'm not sure. But as is the bumpy road of ME, I hit a bump, which is POTS. And it used to be that my POTS and my ME was about the same. So I would stand up and I would have 30 seconds or less, like in a race between the POTS and the ME, as to whether my legs gave out from my muscles being too weak or whether my POTS made me fall down from this. It just gives you this horrible wrongness feeling, and your heart starts racing. You can get tunnel vision, your eyes get blurry, dizzy. But for me, it's the in-body wrongness feeling, and you feel nauseated, and it's just awful. But for me, it used to be a 30-second race between which of those things would put me on the ground first. And I would sit down before either of them did. And now my muscles are holding out longer and longer and longer. And POTS is more sneaky. So I'm having to do with POTS what I was doing with ME, which is start deep diving and investigating and figuring out what works and what doesn't. I'm just going to insert this here because I didn't mention it. POTS is Postural Orthostatic Tachycardia syndrome, and it is better understood than ME/CFS, but not a lot. Cardiologists are usually the people to go to if you think you have it. Symptoms are dizziness when standing, heart racing when standing, tunnel vision, all the things I'm going to describe. But your heart and your nervous system aren't talking to each other properly. And so your heart is doing the wrong thing when you stand up, is my basic understanding of it. I need to deep dive into it and understand it better. And I will. I'd already been wearing compression socks and sometimes a corset, both of which help keep the blood in the top half of your body, and those help. Drinking lots of fluids is great. Now I'm really doing the electrolytes, and my cardiologist, after a recent episode I stood up talking to contractors. I was standing up with my cane just a little bit too long, and then I was about to lie down, and instead of lying down, my bunny was rocking up her cage and throwing her litter everywhere because we didn't clean the litter the day before. So there was litter everywhere, and instead of lying down, I went to fix that. And so I stood up more than double the amount that I should have, and that caused a POTS episode, and it took me a week to recover from that. So POTS, you can flare up in similar ways to ME, but it's different, it feels different. It's a whole nother condition on its own, and so I'm struggling with that, but I'm past the flare I had for POTS, and being more careful. My cardiologist put me on full-time beta blocker. I had an as-needed propranolol, low dose, as needed, and now I'm on it a couple times a day, and I got the heart monitor that I will put on today, and we're going to start investigating what's going on with my heart again. So I just wanted to let you all know how I was doing. My sensory, how I know the ME/CFS is doing so much better is my sensory is so much better. I can go into much noisier spaces. I can handle a lot more. But as you all know, it just takes one bad situation for that to all go south and for you to crash badly. So you have to be vigilant and pace and be careful and avoid situations where you get trapped in some way that you can't be as careful or paced, or if you forget or get distracted, you have to make sure that you're reminding yourself not to overexpose yourself. So you always have to be very careful. If there's anything that you want me to address and talk about, please let me know in the comments. If there's subjects you want me to cover, I'm happy to. And I wish all of you the best of luck.